exciting sectors. Now, staying with all of the action from StartupMahakumbh 2024, Nykaa's founder, Falguni Nayar, is bullish on India's consumption story. She highlights the booming trends in India's fashion and beauty sector. That's not all. She also expressed optimism about the sector's momentum in the near future. Take a look.
Certainly, it's an opportunity for them, and there has been a great opportunity when it comes to consumer India, but consumer-facing startups have both found opportunity and challenges over the last couple of years. How would you encapsulate the challenges for Indian startups, especially those who are working in consumer-facing sectors, and also some of the opportunities that they have, and your advice to them?
I think a lot of the issues were due to global inflation going up. Global inflation went up, supply chains became expensive, a lot of currencies also hardened, and that led to certain pressures on pricing. And I think a lot of consumption demand is subdued due to that. I think that's a thing of the past. I do believe that India is at a very opportune place, and this kind of GDP growth that we are talking about, and we're only revising upward our growth of GDP, and all that is positive that is happening is definitely translating at the bottom. And if you see the consumer, they are choosing what they want to spend on. They're traveling more. So I think there will be a time when all of this will gather momentum. And if you look at the long-term, growth cannot be questioned.
When it comes to the consumer market, especially the kind of trends that e-commerce platforms have been witnessing, one is on the one end, it's premiumization, and the second is what we call the affordable segment, with Meesho and the likes. So how are you reading the situation? Because we had a recent report which said the affluent consumer class in India is just 30 million people, but although the per capita income is going up, so how are you seeing this broader trend of what's the consumer class for e-commerce platforms and D2C platforms in the country?
I think overall, in general, I think the consumption in the country will grow. I think when the GDP grows at this rate, the consumption is expected to increase at, mid-teens or higher. So there is no doubt in my mind that consumption will not grow. I think the consumption at the top end always grows, even though number of people who are consuming are low, and that also now is quite high. You can't only take the top segment. There is a layer below it which is very solid and strong, and they are also consuming. And they consume a large part of our GDP consumption comes from there. But yes, there are a lot of Indians who are also aspiring to consume more. So India has always been a tale of two markets, and it will always be.
Understood. Last question. One is we've seen consumer startups in the country target two specific classes in recent times. One is certainly the Gen Z. Second is certainly the overseas market. We're seeing forays into Southeast Asia and Middle East as well. Nykaa KK Beauty is also looking at expansion into the overseas markets. What's the thought behind that?
Yeah, so we've definitely chosen to be in GCC. We have said we'll have 70 plus stores under a brand name called Nykaa. And of course, K Beauty is also going into GCC. So I do believe that GCC is a very exciting market. Southeast Asia is also equally exciting, but you can't be everywhere. We are already in Mauritius also as Nykaa. So I think I think Indian companies are getting confidence that they have some of the winning business models. If you can compete and win in a market as tough as India, you can win at other places. And also we are very technology empowered. What we hear is that some of our tech platforms and our tech solutions are far ahead of what we see elsewhere in the world. So we have a lot of encouragement from a lot of our brand partners saying that you have something unique, and that gives us confidence to take it abroad.
We have Rihanna's Fenty Beauty in India now. Any more in the pipeline?
Yes, of course. We are very proud to have Fenty Beauty on our platform now. We just launched Florence by Mills, so I think that's another brand that we've just launched. I think if you are following Nykaa both on beauty and fashion, you'll see that there's always something new. We've also got Revolve on our fashion platform. We talked about how we are getting. We are the partner with Foot Locker, and we're getting a lot of Foot Locker brands into the country. So I think we're just excited about bringing a lot to the Indian consumer.
In a bit.
For more news and updates, all you need to do is follow CNBC TV18 on all of our digital platforms.